जब बाहर जाते हैं झापट खाते हैं फिर धंधे में आते हैं 25 years ago in our program we had 10% women. Today in our program there is a 10% women. 60% of the people, young people who are joining the family businesses are coming after world tour. Involve daughters in your family business only to groom her about the business sense. She doesn't have to be in parents' business.
India is home to countless entrepreneurs, and it would not be extravagant to say that Indians and the word entrepreneurs could be interchangeably used. They could be used as synonyms for each other. With over 30 years of association with management education, and out of which 25 years of experience have been exclusively dedicated to family-owned business, and he has mentored over 3,000 Indian business families with his matchless insights. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Parimal Merchant on the podcast of Indore Management Association.
Thank you.
Hearty welcome, sir.
Thank you.
In the world of startups, everybody is expecting disruption to happen, sir. Everybody wants that somebody should come up and address to the market inefficiencies or give some solutions to the problems. But sir, you have chosen family-owned businesses. So what is that moment, that aha moment, that why the family-owned business rather than going astray with all this?
Because we don't see any such disruption at all.
That's good.
This disruption is more a hype than fact. Actually speaking, business was always creative, always doing things, but it never called it as innovation and things like this.
Absolutely.
One person from UP came to Mumbai, uneducated, so he was lucky because he was uneducated, he won't get a job, so he had to do some work. तो भी क्या काम करेंगे? तो किसी ने बोला अभी तुम सब्जी फ्रूट लेके आओ और रिटेल में बेचो. तो फ्रूट लेके आया, लेकिन फुटपाथ पे बेचने जाता है तो वहाँ का एक गुंडा है, वहाँ बैठने नहीं देता है. Every place in footpath also there is a premium. He didn't know that.
Yes.
So now he went to the beach because that was nobody's property and was sat with the fruit basket. But he knew very well talking to people. So he will smile at people, tell very well, कैसे हो साहब, क्या हो? And he started selling fruit from the beach. Now, here is where the real business insight comes. Talking to people, सर आप बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हो, आज ये है वो है. तो एक आदमी ने बोला यार तू फ्रूट दे रहा है, मैं कब घर पे ले जाऊंगा, कब काटूंगा, कब खाऊंगा, कट फ्रूट देना चालू करना. So now he started giving cut fruit, and so the business started increasing. After some time somebody said, अरे ये तू फ्रूट दे रहा है, वाटरमेलन, इतना सारा खाना और इतना मिलता है, उससे अच्छा जूस देता तो अच्छा.
Too good.
अभी बीच के ऊपर जूस कैसे देंगे? तो बीच क्रॉस करके वहाँ पे एक बिल्डिंग थी, उसकी विंडो की एक्सटर्नल साइड 6 इंच बाई 3 फुट वो उसने भाड़े पे ली. खाली इलेक्ट्रिक कनेक्शन चाहिए और मिक्सर रखना है. उसने जूस बेचना चालू किया. अभी जूस बेचना चालू किया तो लोग पूछते को कुछ खाने का भी दे. तो अभी क्या बना है? तो easiest thing is to make sandwiches. So he started making sandwiches, and today is a roaring business. It's called Bachelors in Mumbai.
Yes.
Now, if you see what is the process, the process was always trying to understand what customer wants.
Absolutely.
Now you call it as inefficiencies of the market. We
absolutely.
used to call it as भी जिसको जो चाहिए, दूसरों का दुख दूर करने में अपना कल्याण है. And second thing is, market has no inefficiencies. These are the whole thing that we start looking at it. Already somebody is already doing some things. So the point is that, really speaking, fundamentals don't change.
Absolutely.
Fundamentals of business were always same. दूसरों का दुख दूर करने में अपना कल्याण है. It means understand somebody's problem. In Bombay, people come from all over the country. And then they have a problem क्योंकि हम छोटी जगह पे थे तो रोज सुबह गाय को घास खिलाते थे. अभी बॉम्बे में गाय कहाँ से लाए? So one person came up with this idea. He's sitting next to a temple with cow on one side and grass on another side. A person coming out of temple will give him some money, so he'll take some grass, will give it to the cow. All three are happy. Okay, the person did some good work. That guy earned some money and cow got the grass.
Absolutely.
So people have been looking at it. And that fundamental remains the same. The only problem is that most of the people grossly underestimate the challenges issue involved in execution. The challenge is involved in working with people. Why will people work with you? You pay salary, so what? Everybody pays salary. They grossly understanding money. There is something called cash flow. There has to be a cost understanding. There has to be a taxation understanding. They grossly underestimate the impact of environment. In MBA colleges, they learn about PESLE, political and social and economical and technological changes. And they grossly underestimate that things can go wrong even if all the things are planned. So everybody seems to have belief that it is a shortcut to become rich. And it
get rich recipe.
Yes, shortcut to get rich. In the process, I have been working with so-called entrepreneurs since last 20 years. National Entrepreneurship Network was first founded by, we were the co-founders. And I'll tell you, सब लोगों को 4-5 साल के बाद में जब झापट लगती है ना, तभी पता चलता है कि life has another depth. So ideally, if you want to start something, it's better to become an apprentice with some small family business, including sweeping the floor. If you are ready to do that, that is the real humility, where you learn to observe the intricacies of realities of life. Once you have done that, then of course, every generation comes with new ideas, new things, and it has been always happening. My grandfather was doing a business of coal because उस टाइम सब लोग घर में सिगड़ी जलाते थे. अभी लोग सिगड़ी नहीं जलाते हैं, cooking gas है. So obviously the next generation will come and start business of gas stove. This has been happening for time immemorial. So the idea is that good thing for everyone who wants to really get into business is to really understand the challenges the business. And nobody in the world has done businesses as well as family business people. Family business people, I will tell everyone, look at your grandparents. They were the real entrepreneurs. Went from small place to another place. They didn't know anybody. They went through all the struggle. They did challenges. And they did a lot of charity also. Because they were optimists. They believed in God. They believed that something will go positive. And they had a courage to take on the challenges. So really speaking, our families have a great thing to teach us. But आपने कस्तूरी मृग सुना होगा ना? घर के अंदर खुशबू है, वो दुनिया भर में खुशबू ढूंढने जाता है.
So इसी से related है, but I have seen your multiple videos on YouTube, and each video of yours, each session of yours have intensified how entrepreneurship is deeply, rooted in Indian economy, how it is into our blood and mindset. But still, sir, the youngsters, they have got resistance, to join the family-owned businesses because there is a glamour attached to the word self-made. So, the glamour attached to the word self-made, that we are self-made, or something has been started from scratch. So they don't find it apt to reinvent the wheel or take their own family businesses to the next level. So what, according to you find that why youngsters are so much having reluctance and resistance in joining the family business?
With me, very unique thing happens. Every year my age goes up by 1 year.
Absolutely.
But my students' age remains same, 20 to 25. 30 years ago also I had student of that age today also, and I have seen the transition taking place. Is that basically once upon a time we used to believe that we are born to parents and we are what we are because of our parents. And suddenly we started feeling that we are on our own. Were you born on your own? Did you study on your own? Did you become on your own? So what is this stupid idea called on your own? After all, if your parents have brought up to some level, on your own you can take it to another level. But first and foremost, there is something called responsibility which family values brings the idea. Not about entitlement and privilege. Second thing is, you are going to be 7 down. It does not mean that now that you have come to the pavilion and that give me the bat pitch right now. You have to wait for your turn. And nobody can do anything on your own. Ultimately, you will be dependent on so many other people. So why not, first and foremost, is the question of gratitude to the family. I am what I am because of my family. Second, my parents, they have put struggles, they have put sacrifice, and now it is my turn to take the legacy forward. And then within the legacy, you can do anything. Kumar
Yes.
Mangalam Birla comes
Yes,
into the
yes,
Birla
yes.
family, and Aditya Birla gave him one legacy, he took it to another level.
Absolutely.
Sam Walton comes with a grocery store and he can create a Walmart. So your education, your enthusiasm, you can take your family business as first learning and then building on it. So again, what has happened is that, really speaking, family businesses are prospering, they are doing very well. A small fraction of youngsters started getting carried away with the idea
That's it.
कि घर के धंधे में तो प्रॉब्लम है ना,
हाँ, हाँ।
और बाहर तो कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा ही
होएगा
नहीं।
ही नहीं। हाँ।
जब बाहर जाते हैं, झापट खाते हैं, फिर धंधे में आते हैं। 60% of the people, young people who are joining the family businesses are coming after world tour. पहले BBA करते हैं, मुझे तो धंधे में नहीं जाना है। फिर मैं बात पता चला 15,000 की जॉब नहीं मिलती है, फिर MBA करेंगे, अभी MBA करेंगे तो प्लेसमेंट लेनी पड़ेगी।
Absolutely.
अभी प्लेसमेंट लिया, 2 साल काम किया, फिर पता चला इसमें इतना मजा नहीं था जितना मैंने सोचा था, तो अब घर के धंधे में आते हैं। Now
So
have
they
come-
wasted the
Yes, and they've come by the world tour.
हाँ।
When you go to London, you see only the London eye, but you don't recognize कि लंदन में भी गटर होती है, जबकि घर के धंधे में तो सब देखना पड़ता है. So it is really speaking, we are delaying the real start by at least 6 to 10 years in this fashionable word called startup. Ideally, at the age of 15, if they were clear, धंधा ही करना है, जो भी धंधा वाला है मैं सीखता हूँ, and become very humble. By the time 25, they have so much of the grip that then they can take any idea and take it bigger. So ideal route would be from the age of 15, get involved with any business, start from the lowest thing, PT पैक करो, सामान उठा के जाओ, तभी आपको पता चलेगा कि धंधे में बेसिक चीज़ें क्या होती है. फिर बाद में आप बनोगे ना, MBA बनोगे, आपकी कंपनी बनाओगे, सब कुछ कर पाओगे.
See, you have been traveling through the all over the world, all across India.
Yes.
So, what, according to you, is the biggest advantage the Indian family has? I mean, as per doing the business, and what is the biggest challenge for the youngsters to join their family-owned business? So, one general challenge and one general advantage the Indian family-owned businesses have.
Indian families have wisdom coming over the period. I was in Turkey and it was very cold. Then I was to come to India, and at that time they were checking 5% sample for RT-PCR. Now I was worried if they find me positive, my whole program, I have 3-4 programs lined up, will get into problem. So I didn't want to cough in front of them. So my wife told me, हल्दी वाला दूध पियो, निकल जाएगा. मैंने बोला, तुमको किसने बोला? She said, my mother told me. I said, was your mother scientist? No. Who told her? Her mother told her. And who must have told her? Her mother would have told her. This is the biggest strength of India, where the wisdom and values transmit from generation to generation. So far it was easy. Now the biggest challenge is somehow, this transition to take place. You have seen a movie called PK?
Yeah.
नॉलेज है ना, एक से दूसरे में जाने के लिए हाथ पकड़ना पड़ता है,
हाँ,
और आंख बंद करनी पड़ती है, तभी नॉलेज वहां से यहाँ आता है. Somehow आज सबसे बड़ी चैलेंज हो गई कि यंग जनरेशन को पता ही नहीं कि वहाँ विजडम है, तो दूसरी जगह पे हाथ ढूंढने जा रहे हैं. That is the whole point. So if they take this, then the wisdom can transmit it very fast. Now if they don't, then they have to start from zero.
So is it the generation gap, sir?
There is no generation gap. 1971 a movie came, Kal Aaj or Kal, talking about 3 generations. And my grandfather has a big generation gap with his father. Obviously, when people of different age will think differently. Again, the word generation gap is glorified today. Because so far all along, younger generation was more humble. My father is better than me, हमेशा पता ही था. अभी ऐसी illusion आ गई है कि our generation is smarter than my father's generation, which is an illusion, absolute illusion. अगर एक intelligent आदमी होता ना, 600 रुपये की बैग के लिए 60,000 रुपीज नहीं देता. In the word so-called Gucci, so-called craze about brand talks about your financial illiteracy. You work so hard to buy a belt at 1 lakh rupees, just because that guy has a sticker called LV, and then there is a circle. I only believe
that influences a lot.
only one idiot can admire another idiot. That 2 लाख रुपया दिया इसने ये बेल्ट के लिए.
तो मैं भी 2 लाख रुपए.
And that guy is laughing to his bank.
Yeah.
Today the richest person in the world is the owner of LV.
Yeah.
You can't understand the basics.
Yes.
Because all along we disowned the wisdom that was coming from our family, thinking कि आपका जमाना अलग था, हमारा जमाना अलग है. Actually speaking, we don't even know. We talk about changes. Your generation today are working in Excel. 90% of what you are doing, I was doing 40 years ago in 1983 in a program called Lotus 123. Today you are talking about e-commerce. 120 years ago there was a business called mail order business. सेम एक कैटलॉग होता है, उसमें एक पिक्चर होता है, डिस्क्रिप्शन होता है, नंबर होता है. आप पोस्ट कार्ड लिखो, वो जाता था, माल आता था. That was 120 years ago.
The concept is same.
And a mail order failed. Why e-commerce will succeed? We don't want to look at the past. We don't want to understand. We believe that this is a new world. So now there is a world called AI. Everybody wants to talk about AI. थोड़ा अंदर जाके तो देखो AI होता क्या है. I have to work with youngsters, so I also have to know. So I go on doing all the courses. So I can talk about Bitcoin, we can talk about metaverse, we can talk about blockchain, we can talk about AI, we can talk about machine learning, and I can tell you that in deep what it is. I will strongly suggest youngsters, you have brilliant capacities, but don't be under the illusion that there are shortcuts. Don't get carried away with stars.
So I guess social media has played a very pivotal role in,
you want
influence.
to disown your responsibility.
Yeah.
You see, ultimately social media can show you anything, right? Same thing happened 30 years ago when TVs came. People said that TV is going to spoil the people. In TV, you had a choice to see what you want to see.
Absolutely.
In social media, watch the series called The Man Who Built America. Watch about different people who did, and you will recognize everybody went at depth. Nobody went for shortcut to very quick money, and nobody created business for selling, and nobody created business for valuations.
Yes.
This whole thing, even valuation, I teach my student is a game like this. Is game people played by somebody else. Baiju is just a front of some other investor back. So go in deep, then you will find a new world.
Wow. Great. He is the reservoir and I can talk to him endless. Now moving at the end of the podcast, one last question, sir, from my side. Sir, I had read that you had developed the programs for sons and daughters of the families, and you have also developed the management programs, family business programs for fathers.
And mothers.
And mothers. Oh my goodness. So please throw some light on what these programs actually have.
Look, sons and daughters, our students are very clear. Dhandhe mein hi jana hai. And we want to make our family business big. We want to make it multinational. We want to use technology. We will take it to new height. Now, they learn and then they go. Now, their fathers come from another school. So if their fathers also come to college, then their vocabulary will become common. Then they will complement with each other. They can take the business through with good understanding. And as far as mothers are concerned, typical mothers of family businesses have a unique role of बच्चों को स्कूल में लेके जाना है, उनका प्रोजेक्ट खत्म करना है, उनकी एग्जाम कब हुई, इनको ये क्लास में ले जाना है, वो क्लास में लेके जाना है. So they were not in touch with the world reality for a long time. Now when children grow up, उनकी लाइफ में वैक्यूम आ जाता है. And then they forget that they are also from business families. उनके खून में भी तो business है.
Absolutely.
So business does not mean going to office every day. Business means understanding the challenges, understanding the thing. So when mothers start learning about the business dynamics, they can support the whole family in much more constructive way. So we started this program.
But sir, the position of the female in the family businesses have now improved, I think.
I wish is not yet.
It's not yet.
25 years ago in our program we had 10% women. Today in our program there is a 10% women.
Is it? Oh my God! This is something. This is not astonishing. This is shocking.
There are real challenges which again we can't sweep under the carpet. Girl has to get married, right?
Absolutely.
Exogamy, she'll go in-laws house. Now if she takes interest in parents' business, एक पैर इधर एक पैर उधर सेटल नहीं हो पाएगी तो पेरेंट्स को फिक्र है कि नहीं वो तो उसकी लाइफ के लिए, तो बेटर वी डोंट वांट टू गेट हर इन्वॉल्व इन आवर बिजनेस. नाउ देयर इज अ सॉल्यूशन टू इट. Involve daughters in your family business only to groom her about the business sense. She doesn't have to be in parents' business.
Absolutely.
She will get involved into other business. She can start her business if she's groomed well.
Yes.
We have less time to groom the girls. So ideally in family businesses, they should spend more time in grooming daughters.
Wow.
In family business, not for this family business. So personally I believe this is a subject which is a very important subject. We should bring it up on the surface. We should discuss about it.
Great. Well, I express my sincere gratitude, sir,
Thank you.
for coming down here at the podcast of Indore Management Association and taking your precious time and, sharing your valuable insights. Well, your insights are endless and you're so deep that this podcast would not be sufficed to, know this. But thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
And I'm sure the viewers of Indore Management Association must be enjoying this podcast and learning a lot of new insights about it. Thank you.